Coffee and Tea with Aeson and Miss Dottie. I know you guys were expecting Tracy as it is the first Thursday of the month, but Miss Tracy had to take off tonight, so we get the Dottie in, which is great
Oh,
because we were going to talk shit anyway, so we can just get to talk a little extra shit.
I am a gossipy bitch.
Well, I'm not in the mood for gossip. I'm in the mood to lay some facts and some dirt.
Let's have it, Aeson. What's going on?
Well, you know, Aeson is pissed off and fed up with a certain company because they refuse to fix a problem that affects not only me but my clients, and apparently is affecting every psychic that I talk to, lay my hands on to, that's on this platform. So, of course, Aeson's going through an interview process because, you know, with any company, if I ain't happy, baby boy will pick up his clients and take his bag elsewhere. So
That is a good thing about being a independent contractor, since they're basically taking half our paycheck and giving us no benefits, which
62%, but I'm telling you. So the original company I started with is still in business, and they sent me a thing said, please apply. Our current rate is 30 cents a minute of talk time.
excuse me? Like, how do you even make enough money to count? Like,
Yeah.
I can't say anything because I only made like 40 cents. I think it was 49 cents
Mm-hmm.
when I
So
started.
I go over and I think, okay, so they're still running 99-cent psychics, and that's what they're wanting me to come in and be, which is fine. I can burn 99-cent psychics. The last year I was with that company, I made $180,000 that year off of that.
Well,
No, their lowest charge psychic charge price is $3.99. It's like, really, the best you can offer is 30 cents a minute. Baby boy is unhappy, but he knows how to make things work.
I know I've been complaining about, because right now I'm only on one hotline,
Right.
which
I'm
is
on 11.
yeah. You're on 11.
I'm on 11.
I'm behind.
Yeah, but people wonder why psychics prices are like $13.99, $19.99, $25.99.
We're just like, I mean, if you get a loyal clientele, that doesn't shock me. You know,
Well,
lawyers.
$25.99. When you break it down in the system that I saw the psychic on, the psychic's making $2.
She's making $2 a minute.
Yep.
Off of that $29.99.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Which is why, folks, you should get your readings directly from your psychics.
Yes. Which, by the way, guys, if you will notice on my site, you will notice a new button there. It is with an old workhorse. It's what's interesting is this old workhorse. Now, this site has been around since 1994. They have chat. They have video chat. They have phone calls. They only take 35% of your earnings.
I might be switching over, kids.
So I called customer services. I was like, okay, I see that you've added this because, I dusted my button off. I've used it for multiple reasons. Multiple times I went and dusted it off, turned it back on, pasted it into my websites. And I called them and I said, so I see that you have video chat now listed. I need you to add that feature to my account. Within 2 hours of leaving the voicemail, guess what I was getting?
Video chat.
I was getting an email. Hi, we'd like to inform you that we received your message and we are adding video chat to your platform. 2 hours.
I'm not sure people want to video chat me because I look this fabulous because I had time to prepare.
I look this fabulous because, I didn't do nothing. But here's the cool thing. 2 hours. They got a request to do something they didn't have to do. And I'm getting an email today, 11 a.m., which is 9 a.m. their time. My phone is ringing, and I'm like, motherfuckers, how did I not sign out? Which site did I not sign out of? Which thing did I not log out of? I have fucked up greatly. No, it was their VP of engineering calling to make sure that I had a test of the new video platform and wanted to make sure that I understood how to work the system. And if I didn't, to give him a call back, that he would be happy to walk me through the process. You're talking about an advisor that made you $11 last year. In the past 5 years, has made you $240.
Interesting. How much money have you made on the site since? When did you set this up? When did this happen?
When did I begin the switch over? I began the switch over last Monday or Tuesday. It's when I lost my shit in our private messenger.
Yeah, we've had some issues.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it hasn't made it possible for me to make the switch from, working with the homeless, which...
Right.
I may have lost a lot of respect from people, but I no longer have people peeing in my car.
Hey, at least you ain't got to bag your passenger seat.
I had a special cover.
Understandable.
Stinks so bad. I had my shoe peed in twice when I was a nurse. While it was on, this is not like I took my shoe off or they took my shoe off and peed in it. No, my foot was in my shoe and they hit it just right. So the pee went into my shoe and I had to slosh around and it was awful.
Honey, didn't you always have a spare set of clothes in the back of the car, including...
Yeah, but have you ever needed a pair of switch of shoes?
Yes.
No.
I get made fun of today because I still have my ready bag in the back of my car. I can go off and be gone for 3 days.
I need to work on it. I've never been that prepared.
Yeah. Like literally, me and Joe could be gone for 3 days, never have to hit the Walmart. Dottie. Oh, Dottie Mus. Dottie, you look like you're frozen. This will be interesting, guys. We'll see when she comes back. But, it's always interesting when you're going through this job interview process, especially for remote work. The lowest I've been offered is 2 cents per minute, and I asked them if they had a volume of over 6,000. And it's just interesting going back through this process because it's been 17 years since Aeson has gone through a review process or a terms and conditions process. But the other cool things here, oh goodness. Apparently I missed a few things. We will be taking care of those as soon as possible. Is just looking at the system and the system itself. I'm hoping the Dottie returns. I'm hoping that this is just that little storm rolling in. I'm sure she will be back in a moment. Speaking of gossiping bitches, I have a so-called friend who runs her mouth about me and making the outlandish details that are not true. What did I do? Aeson, I feel the pain. What I would like to know is how you notice your it's are bad. I was at a restaurant and all right, fill in the end. Yes, here's what I do with gossiping bitches. I put their name, I take a sheet of paper and I write their name 3 times this way. And then I write their name 3 times this way. And then I take their and I write it 3 times this way and 3 times this way. And then I fold it 3 ways. And then I put it in a jar. It doesn't need to be a big jar. And I fill it with vinegar. And I throw in some lemon. And I throw in some salt. And then I take and I put that in a jar and I shake it. Every time they annoy me, I shake it. And eventually they shut the hell up and go away.
I'm going to have to watch that again because I've always got to, we can always find a target.
Again, we could possibly do that. If my visible assistant was here, I'd have him run grab my supplies. But that normally takes care of gossiping bitches. It'll also make them very sour and bitter. Welcome back, Miss Dottie.
Do I need to be nervous?
No, darling. No, you don't need to be nervous. Oh, Shannon was doing laundry. Rub-a-dub. Why are you doing laundry on a Wednesday night? You wanting some more in your fabric?
It's Thursday.
Thursday, okay. But it gets interesting. It gets fun.
I hate to say it, like I have reached this point in my life where if somebody is like a pseudo friend, I'll either throw him in the freezer or I'll bury him at the crossroads.
Right.
Like get thee behind me. I'm playing the games. But it's got to be pretty bad. Like, I will occasionally throw a fussy bitch fit. And that's when that's when my spells end up completely backfiring.
Yeah.
Don't do that, kids. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. Do not do fussy. Do not make them complicated. Oh, tip higher, especially to you guys. So you were at a restaurant and you wanted to tip higher, supposed to tip the 10%, and that was just shitty, and you wanted to tip higher. I agree. Leaving 10% isn't shitty, but if it sucks, I'll leave 2 cents. I have no problem leaving 2 cents on a receipt.
They've got to do a really bad job. They have had to forget me and my drink or been rude to me. If they're rude to me, then I'll pay my bill because the chef still did the food thing. But it's got to be bad. I mean, we're working class.
I left 2 cents. My coffee cup went empty completely. I did not get the food correctly at all. Like, I ordered steak and potatoes and broccoli. I got like chicken and French fries.
Yeah, I would leave.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to make me go full Karen, but that would probably make me go full Karen.
Oh, I went totally full Karen. And it happens every time I go to a restaurant that is above a $50 plate. Every time I go to I apparently do not want to eat at I'm not cosmically meant to eat at restaurants with expensive prices.
Yeah. That's how it is, though. I'll tell you what, so I was telling you guys this before, since we're being gossipy. Let me gossip about one of our own. Miss Natalie pinned my ass to the wall a bit in our last
reading.
Yeah, shameless self-promotion. She did a reading for me. And on point. It's been on point. And I've I've kind of gone through this, I won't say it's full awakening, but blockage removal, which y'all spiritual workers know what I mean when you just have a blockage, just kind of you can physically feel a change. It's that weight you put down that you didn't realize how heavy it was until you put it down. And suddenly, like magic, I've actually been starting to get readings and people trying to reach out to me to get readings, which, by the way, you can schedule your reading with Dottie the Psychic on my website.
Yes, and it's very easy and comfortable to do. Miss Dottie has reasonable prices and her bookings are available. It's easy to go in and click the time that you want. Same with me. And this is where you guys actually get the best price and the best service. When we start involving...
Yes, Shannon, it is like a spiritual enema. Sorry.
It is a spiritual enema. But when we start involving networks, is when we have to start playing their damn little game.
And giving over half the pot. They
62
really
to 89%.
Yeah, that so the first network, I've only ever really worked for 2 networks. Otherwise, I've pretty much been out here on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And events, which actually I'm going to an event this weekend. I'll be down in Aeson's neck in the woods.
Yeah, you're going to see me for a weekend.
Yep. I'll be down at the Beckley Oddities and Wonders Expo.
Mm-hmm.
Those have always been where I've made the best money, but it's a one-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody shows up, you know, people are expected to be there, and then it's like boom, boom, boom. I love to work events.
Mm-hmm.
They're exhausting, but they're entertaining, and I make decent bank.
Right.
I might make, you know, my rent for the month if I have a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost always, very rarely do I have a event that actually the first time I've ever lost money in an event was a couple of weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
Charcon, lost money at Charcon. Won't be back.
Yep. And I don't know. I never done good at cons. Like, I was never a con person. I mean, I figured you'd make bank because you're going to dress up in costume. You're going to be all out to the nine. It's not my vibe.
There just weren't a lot of people buying. Everybody was up and playing games, which is fine. And I'm sure that like other cons probably would do better, but I went to CharCon because it used to be huge. But it's apparently died back a lot.
Yeah.
And that might be the plague.
Yeah.
But so I actually found my business card from when I first started. It has my dead name on it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We were going through my mom's stuff. I ran into so many sex toys and my mom's stuff. Like you would.
And she's frozen.
Wouldn't believe.
Oh, if you're still here, you're just frozen. Dottie. Someone's saying the Dottie. Can someone get me some glitter?
Okay, you feel glitter is not how you get me back. Okay, glitter is craft herpes. That shit never goes away.
Well, you know, again, I don't want you to go away, so I'll just throw glitter on you and hold you in place. Oh, gods.
Okay, I'm flipping over my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get your phone ready. But it's been an interesting time. And then I got, you know, I've been dedicatedly posting 2 videos a day to the Tiki Talks because, you know, we want the Aeson to be able to go Tiki Talk. So he can go Tiki Talk live over there. Literally, some of them got no views, and I'm like, okay, you guys aren't wanting this content. What do you want? And they're wanting funny content. They're wanting this dirty, you know, talking about crap content as my phone goes crazy. Apparently, my phone just decided that we were live. Okay, that's the way it's going to be. Let me just give me a moment to get this cleared. But anyway, and there goes the Dottie. She'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm quieting my phone before it blows up. And, you know, that way it doesn't vibrate off. So you guys will not be seeing a lot of serious reads. If I get tarot questions over there, I will do that. But I do have a YouTube video in mind, and it's taking you through the Bible through the eyes of the tarot, or let me rephrase that, showing the Bible influences in the tarot as the Dottie hopefully gets back. I hope you guys will like that here on YouTube. I'm probably going to shoot that this week, get that ready to go up, because there is a lot of influences of the Bible in the tarot. There's also a lot of influences of other things in the tarot. Because think about it, these cards were developed for people to easily understand. Well, there she comes back again. Or not. I see her and she freezes. I see her and she freezes. Oh, this is going to be a show, guys. So I hope you guys like that one and you like the idea of that one. And we're going to be, so that'll be interesting. I do think I'm going to start doing a little bit more funny content on TikTok because that's what's been posed as when I lip sync, which I enjoy doing. I mean, it's been a while since, my lip syncing skills were able to be used, so that'll be fun to bring up and do. I don't think you'll get many dances though. You might. We'll see. We'll see how that goes and where that goes. I wanted to get Dottie's input on, what content I should be putting out because, she is a content master with her YouTube. She does a lot of different YouTubes. And that's always fun and good. Now, let me go see if I can, let me grab some tea, or some tea makers. I really hate when people just vanish and vamoose and then vanish and vamoose. All right, so we've got the Dottie up close and personal. It looks like she may be stabilized. And she is. Awesome. Hey, Dottie.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you. Even with your black side.
Kind of a weird angle. I've had to move over my phone, and now I can't hear you. Like, I can barely hear you. Like,
put me on speaker.
Why is it not on speaker? It should already be on speaker.
I understand. It should already be that way, but it isn't.
You know what? Forget it. We're just gonna go with it. Y'all get FaceTime, Dottie.
Awesome. Hello, FaceTime, Dottie. You actually look fairly deep. Like, this is good lighting for you.
This has been an extra live stream here. There's a lot of forehead there.
It has. So I'm going to do I'm going to do a series on YouTube. It's not going to the TikToks. I'll let you know that I posted, but you'll have to go over to YouTube to watch it because, called The Tarot and the Bible. Ah!
I can barely hear you. I don't know why my speaker is much louder than this. I don't know what's going on.
I think that you're having technical issues, honey. So, if you want, you can go ahead and go, get you a new cup of tea, and we'll catch up in a little bit.
Yeah. Take a break. I'm going to try and get the computer working again.
Okay. Well, actually, I was going to bring Joe in and chat with him on technology, and then you let me know if you get your computer going, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to pull the dot down. We're going to add the Joe in. Hello, darling.
Hello. I am not Dottie the Psychic.
He is not Dottie the Psychic, so we will go ahead and pop that down. There we go.
It's fine. You can leave it up. That's cool. We'll take some Cash App.
Yeah, we'll take some Cash App. This is how you support your independent psychics.
And see, it has Dottie the Psychic there, so if I start stripping for Cash App money, she gets the bad reputation.
Bad, honey? It probably would increase her reputation. As she's sitting in there listening. But, we were talking about some of the funny content stuff that has been going on. And how my TikTok is going to switch away from being psychic, other than dishing dirt and calling names and laying it where it belongs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some lip syncing, some funny content over there. I will be answering questions over there if you guys want them. Of course, we're taking questions tonight.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just need 1 second. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. I swear, today at the Coffee and Tea, it's playing the musical host.
I wasn't kidding. I just needed a second.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I came back and I started working again on the thing that I was working on before I left, and I didn't even...
Yep.
I didn't even see messages. There were messages.
Yes, there's messages, there's hosting, there's media marketing going on all over the place. Also, there is a new link on my website. If you've had a reading with me and you would like to leave feedback, you've can now click onto leave testimonial, and you'll be able to do that. Nobody Brenda!
Dang, girl! Harsh!
That's because I'm dishing out shade tonight. You guys are just seeing the mild version of it. You know, poor Joe, he has seen me give full shade to a president, a CEO, a vice president. I didn't care what their fucking title was. They're all idiots. I've been there longer than they have. My seniority should rule their stupidity.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Well, I've just been sitting over here typing up, like, testimonials. You know.
Yeah.
Like. But yeah, that's the. She's like, I didn't mean it like that.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like that.
I know, but it was funny.
Yeah, but see, everyone thinks that I'm all sweet and kind and nice and come off very professional until you get me into a boardroom.
No one has ever thought that.
Please, I get told I'm such a lovely person all the time.
Now that's different. Oh, but no. Oh no, it's been an interesting week.
It has been. It's been interesting. It's also been interesting watching you turn how fucking stupid are you into a 2-page email.
Yes, because no, you don't tell CEOs how stupid can you be. While that is an executive summary, it's not an appropriate one.
Mm-hmm.
It is an executive summary, however. So yeah, no. We've been working through a lot of things.
We have. It's been fun going total independent. Yeah.
You can. You probably shouldn't, but you totally can.
Well, again,
Shannon's got a point. You can. You like my version of that is a choice that one can make.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's add Dottie to the table and see how this works.
Oh, fun.
Let's see if my internet lasts now.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Let's try this.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to take down her coffee mug. Otherwise, she looks like she's getting road-killed by it.
Yeah, give me a minute. Let's pop it. I wish we could equalize this.
Well, we can do 3 wide, but that gets a little wonky.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see everybody.
Yeah.
Can you all see me? Can you all hear me?
See you.
We can hear you. Welcome to The Verge. So, Dottie, what do you think of Aeson's new content idea?
Honestly, that's kind of what I've done with my TikTok. I'm like, I have had a lot of fun with it. I've been putting liminal spaces on there. Like, I've been just taking random shots of random hallways and buildings that probably need to be torn down. I'm not trespassing. It's my office, but it's still very weird.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank you, Hearts Love. Yes, please remember to do the YouTube-y things on the channels you are seeing us on, or the Facebook-y things on the Facebookies you're seeing us on. Like, share,
subscribe,
react,
send it to a friend, share.
Yeah.
Check out DTP Dottie the Psychic.
Yes, that's a new channel. You actually need your subscribers to go over there and subscribe because you've moved your live streams.
I did move my live streams, and I did that on purpose. I've actually done a lot of things, especially over August, and I'm not done. Like the massive moving around of things, I think is done, and I may or may not be doing any more vlogs. I like doing vlogs, but also I'd rather just live my life rather than trying to drag a camera around and shove it in people's faces. I realize I've gotten a little invasive with the camera, trying to get every little bit of things, and I would rather just live my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I might still do one on occasion. Like if I go to some place like Columbus Pride or, Salem Witches Ball, then yeah, I'm dragging a camera along. But
I'm looking at doing Days of Our Lives, where I kind of film stuff. I'm letting my patrons review it and see if it's a good thing. Yes, it is okay if you post a question. Just remember you have a birth date. We need that, or our lawyers get unhappy.
Month, day, and year. Year is very important.
Yes. Let's talk about that because, let's get real. Here's the reason why psychics ask you for your birthday, even though you already told the system the birthday. They ask you for your birth date for 3 reasons. 1, they're doing numerology. 2, the system requires it. Or 3, they live in a state that requires it.
Yeah. Also, you can use it for Zodiac because the first hotline I worked at required that you asked.
Yes.
I think Keen actually requires you to be 18 to be on the hotline.
Yes.
Because we're
You are
technically
required
adult
to be 18 unless you are in the UK, and then you are allowed to be 16.
My mother would
but that goes back to my whole thing. There's no such thing as an 18-year-old on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
They don't exist.
But also, if they lie about their age, how are you supposed to know?
Well, 1, it's stated. That's the important part. Is it's stated. And here's why: is because the FTC won't let you be. They will come happily in there and go, "Oh, you read for a 17-and-a-half-year-old.
Yeah.
Here's your $5,000 fine." And they called you 3 times, so here's your $15,000 psychic to pay. Oh, you don't have the money? Not a problem. We'll sell every bit of your shit to you till we get your money.
And ruin your credit. And take all of your income.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And sell your car, and sell your clothes, and sell your house. And the FTC don't play.
No.
And what's shocking to me is they don't have this out for psychics to go through like Psychic 101. This is your legal obligations.
Mm-hmm.
If they would do that, it would be so much different. I don't know. I think this is one of those things that I would be willing to go up and lobby about.
Well, I think it should be lobbied that the fines stop. It's not my responsibility to check the age. It's the network's responsibility to check the age.
Yeah. But then we go back to the whole, which granted, if someone wants a reading bad enough, and I know you guys, you'll sit there and go, you're what you're asking, the energy I'm getting, all this stuff is not hitting me as someone over 18. But still, that could, potentially, if someone's borderline.
Right.
They're 17 3/4.
Right.
But at the same time, it goes back to the whole, the reason that 18-year-olds don't exist.
Right.
Is proving that has never been easy.
Right.
It typically becomes an invasive thing. When you sign up for a network, a psychic network, and a lot of other online opportunities, is you turn around and you end up having to send a copy of your photo ID. Okay, you can get people to do that when they're signing up for money, to receive money.
Mm-hmm.
You're signing up for an employment opportunity, you will give up that ID. But when you're just using a system,
yeah,
to get advice, to get to be part of that,
Right. Well, luckily they don't hold the networks. Oh, you're gone? Go for it, baby girl.
Okay. So, sweetheart, it's over. I know it sucks, but it's over. And it is definitely time to, because you're still young. You're still very young. And this is more like a training wheel relationship. Be strong for yourself. So I got the fade deck out. Luther, you're fine. It is not time to go out yet. Don't give me that look like you don't know what I'm talking about. I know you can tell time. Now it gets all quiet because he's a smart dog. But anyway, so be strong. We got the 2 winners, which means it's time to take care of your own stores. Take care of yourself. You cannot read it. I don't know why I'm trying there. It's also, I've got the Ace of Summer. So even though it feels like everything's kind of terrible right now because, eat your pint of ice cream, watch some Hallmark movies, cry it out. But then things are going to be better. Because with the Ace of Summer, all things are possible. The springtime of your life. I love my dog.
I know you do. All right, so I'm gonna take over, and if you're done.
Yep, go for it.
All right. So, answering the base questions, is he still heartbroken? The simple answer is yes. There is still heartbreak and pain there. There is still him trying to figure out what to do. Do I feel that there will be that he will still come back and try to visit? Yes, he has plans for that. But you both need to take time to rest and realize your limitations there. With that, you need to kind of relax and let yourself do what you can for you. It's not easy, especially when states divide people and life divides people. It gets problematic. And Brenda, I'm in the same bat with you. You were reading cards for people at 12. I was reading probably younger than that, but I wasn't reading professionally, and that's the other part of it. Is professional.
I think the whole idea is it kind of goes back to this. We've all talked about scammers.
Mm-hmm.
It's back to that. People charging people for things that they're not really getting anything for. But with a real psychic, here's the thing. You're at least getting somebody to talk to. You're getting another responsible adult in theory.
Right.
If nothing else. That is the biggest part of our reading, is to sit there and talk to people about what's going on in their lives.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Brenda, they would throw a fit on so many levels. That's child labor. That's invalid contract. That is a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I would think you would be able to, if you could get an adult to consent on behalf of the minor.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a pain in the butt for the networks. That's why they don't do it. Yes, Maynard, you can absolutely ask a question. I hope I said your name correctly. Make sure you get your birth date in there with the year.
My dad had me working at 12, but then again, I was working in the booth.
Right. I was working way before 12. But that was fairs and stuff, and paper routes. I took my first paper route at 10.
A kid should be allowed to work, definitely. There definitely should be rules about it. They shouldn't be stopped from doing, kid stuff because they're working. And Dad didn't do that, but when I turned 12, I was finally allowed to go out on the road with him.
Mm-hmm.
Which was great for me.
Right. All right.
Oh, we're talking about what we're doing with our social media.
Yeah.
Go ahead and answer the question first if you want to.
Okay, I'll take that, and then we'll talk about some fun things. And I still want to hear your input on the Bible YouTube channel.
The Bible or Bible?
Bible, taking the tarot and reflecting and showing the reflections in it.
That should be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so Maynard, August 23rd, 97. What are Wahid's current feelings and intentions towards me?
Y'all making my cards flip tonight. Waking up the deck. Ready when you are.
Ready.
Okay. So I have the King of Winter. So get advice from somebody professional. Objective public speaking, unemotional relationship.
Well, here we are.
And this is why I don't get a lot of customers. No, I'm sorry. Here's the thing, honey. I think that there is a lot. I'm still feeling emotion towards you. But there's a lot of coldness, a lot of forced moving forward. Is this a love interest, or is this somebody you've been with for a long time?
We'll wait for her to answer that. Do you want me to take over while you're waiting for your clarification?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so we have him doing as best he can with, the magician here wanting all magical things. We have you kind of being the quiet one sitting back here and needing to let him come along. Here's the problems, though. He is having to cross some emotional boundaries, get out of that coldness, out of that, there isn't something, while you're trying to just keep things in balance. Moving ahead, I think that it will be a balanced relationship, but I feel like the two of you have to be, more focused on your home life right now. His problem is he overthinks things. Your problem is you hold on to too much emotions. His intentions is to form a relationship. He has a lot of interest and desire there, but he has to get used to that feeling.
And
Your turn.
Is a recent love interest.
Yeah. So there is that feeling. I've got the King of Winter, which flipped upside down while I was shuffling. And I told you that one. That's that coldness and logical side. This is also, I've got the Three of Winter, which is about reaching out to others. And a lot of these are reaching out to, these same ones that said, getting advice from other people, reaching out to other people. So I think the truth is that it's going to come out that you're going to need to talk to like your friends about this person before you actually invest. Like to see if this is really going to be a good fit for you, because I see that you're already really, really expending some deep emotion on this person. About the Prince of Summer. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So I'm getting kind of a warning here. Would take it slow. I do feel like he has feelings towards you, and that you have feelings towards him. Is it him?
Yeah, that would be him.
Okay. Being non-binary, I can have a hard time with genders, especially being like specialist in queer issues. I guess psychics who talk to the LGBT apparently were specialists, which is even more difficult to tell whose gender is who.
Well, I guess at some point it begins to be like straight relationships are just so pedestrian.
It's not even that. Like there's no other indicator unless they say he or she. I am guessing,
Mm-hmm.
and like I can sit there and see your relationship, but it's almost like this foggy person is in this place. It's not like an actual picture.
Mm-hmm.
I would take it slow, give it some time. I do feel like there is some serious damage on his end that you're going to have to work through if you want to try and make it work. It's a he. This could be a good relationship for you, but if you're not careful, it's going to end in fireworks and pain. That's what I'm seeing. So just make sure you know what you're going into it with and for.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there's that in the books. But no, there was a TikToker. It seems like all controversy stems right now from TikTok. There was a TikToker that got a read that really touched them, so they de-edited it. And this TikToker is normally a very Christian TikToker, and she got some massive flack from it. And I'm like, are you shitting me? Most of this is the Bible. So I think I'm going to do a YouTube series called The Tarot and the Bible.
That would be cool, actually, because here's the thing: like a lot of what people don't understand is the not going to other witches had more to do with not going to spiritual people from another spiritual group. That was one of the things that defined Judaism, is that they followed one God. They were united. So as part of that, they wanted to deter their people from you know, finding other, divine sources, so to speak.
Right.
You know,
Well, it
name.
was not. Well, see, that's the thing. It's not going to other witches, not going to other sorcerers. Actually, the original word was not. The original translation there was, "Do not let a poisoner live.
Right.
Give them their own poison."
Right. Like they didn't care so much about, because every spiritual path has its own mystics.
Right. Well, not only that, but every spiritual path has their own witches in it, including
Right.
Judaism. It's like Judaism did have a goddess. Shiana was a goddess of the Jewish faith. Um, so it's one of those really trying to force everything together, and then realizing that these people, when the current deck of tarot was constructed in the 1400s, they lived off of stories. It was oral tradition
Right.
that fed and treated the cards.
I know that there's a sort of a tradition that says a lot of the tarot came from Egyptian mythology, but since the first extant deck popped up in the 1400s,
Mm-hmm.
14th century or 1400s, because there's a difference. Anyway, it popped up in Renaissance in Italy,
Right.
hand painted. And the thing is, there's not a lot of prototypical decks to it. It came out almost whole cloth, which makes me think that, number one, because there is a tradition of, the Romney reading cards, it would have made sense that they kind of traveled around, that they may have had that original deck, and that the Italians added a story that they had developed elsewhere in the culture, because the performances at the time, the plays and things, they would recycle characters.
Right.
So these are like the basic set of characters, and the Fool is going through this story, this
Right.
Renaissance style story, because if you notice, it's a whole lot of up and down.
Mm-hmm. And balance and interconnectivity. But also, then we go on to the early 19th century, 1911, 1912. We have Rider and Waite going through and going, so tell me about your coffin card. So tell me about your card here. What's this card mean here? And learning from readers, because there was no unifying deck.
And there still really isn't. Like, everybody goes with Rider Waite, but you've got Crowley, who like completely threw that out the window.
Well, that one's a different deck, and that deck was actually channeled by Mrs. Crowley. Okay, Aleister Crowley gets married to Patricia, or Veronica, one of the two, and they go to Egypt for their honeymoon.
Oh yes, the Book of Thoth. I had the Book of Thoth and I've lost it.
Okay.
No, that was the Book of Lies.
No, it's the Book of Thoth.
See,
okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyhow, so she begins channeling this information one evening on their honeymoon. And that becomes the Book of Thoth. The deck of Thoth then comes out of a second or third channeling session when he heard that Rider and Waite were going to unify the tarot.
The tarot is still not standardized, folks. I've got decks. I mean, it's really not, and it never should be totally standardized.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the last few cards get changed around in every deck.
Depending on
usually
the artist's creation of it.
Huh?
Depending on the artist's creation of it, it's either 22 or 24.
Right. I've seen it go up to 24. I've got a deck that has, I think I've got a deck that has 23. It doesn't go quite to 24, but...
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the books of Aleister Crowley now, because I know he had, was it Diary of a Heroin Junkie?
Give me a minute. Power of Google.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot the books of Aleister Crowley. Oh! God, I hope Sky's not watching.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's the Book of Lies.
Mm-hmm. He was very prolific. It was the Book of the Law in
Book
1904.
of the Law. That's the one he channeled it after screwing up.
The Book of Thoth, Book 4, the Book of the Laws in 1912, 777 and the others, Moonchild, The Lesser Key of Solomon, The Diary of a Drug Fiend, The Equality, The Confessions of Aleister Crowley, White Satin, Magic Without Tears in 1954, the Holy Book of Thema, Lazy Oz, the Three Magicians, the Three Magical Books of Solomon, the Vision and the Voice, the the two magical books of Solomon, the Greater and Lesser Keys of Solomon, the Equate of the Gods, Knox Pax, 8 literatures, Aleister Crowley's Illusions, Gotharism, Sexual Evaluation, the Crowley Tarot, the Handbook of Cards, Lesser Altheian, I know I mispronounced that, the collective works of Aleister Crowley, the Law of All, the Blue Equinox, Snowdrops of the Culture of the Garden, Grams of Equality, and there's like a ton more. However, we have to remember that some of these books were released. He was not alive in 1973. His wife released books that were prototype books.
Right. We got another question.
Awesome.
So, also, Brenda, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Before we dig in that question, let me read that. Watched a reader today schooling tarot readers because there are, well, quote, there are absolute set meanings to the cards that you can't deviate from or vary, end quote. And if they do, that was one of her warnings that they are fake readers. Like, how?
That's a sign they have no talent of their own. That's what that means. That means they're not actually tapping in. That means they're idiots.
Well, I would grant someone that like you sit there and get like the tower cards, you don't call it a good thing.
Well, no, that's true. And I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't
like that's a pretty set like this isn't going well for you, is it? But
I mean, the picture does tell you that some shit's going down. I've never seen a tower that didn't look like it was collapsing around. So
yeah, but in different situations and especially combined with different cards, even I know that like you gotta finesse that a little bit to get a final like this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like because
especially the number cards. This is the one that kills me because every deck you pick up, if you read that little book, those number cards mean completely different things. And there's actually a tradition, because this is how I was taught to read a poker deck by my psycho ex-late stepmother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
It's a West Virginia relationship, okay? She basically showed me 2 cards, said that these are what these mean. Have fun, go figure it yourself out. Go figure it out yourself. And there's a long tradition, especially with the minor arcana and the court cards, to basically go and figure it out yourself. Some people read the court cards as being actual people, and those have like the suit and position affect how you would describe that person. Like hearts were blonde, diamonds are brown, or things like that. Red hair, blue hair, green hair.
There's actually a system of cartonomy out there, but everyone develops their own system. Furthermore, there are not absolute meanings. Hell, from deck to deck, the meanings change. Looking at the sun card alone, it either means a baby's being born, a wedding is occurring, self-reflection, taking self-credit, walking into the sun and learning what your power is. You choose the meaning on which one fits the story. It's more like, Vanna, can I buy a vowel? When it comes to this bullshit. That's like I saw a video earlier about Kronos is a closed practice, and I'm like, are you an idiot? But anyhow, let's take a good question from Poja.
Puja.
Yeah.
So yeah, Puja 123094. Will I be materially successful?
You got, buddy.
Is it just me, or do I feel like this question is just primed and ready for the deck to get smart aleck?
Oh.
No, but it is for the Dottie, because I'm dealing with, look, if you have to ask that question, it means you have a blockage around your material wealth. God knows I'm dealing with that right now. Gonna deal with it when I get off this live stream and go and do some deep meditation to figure out exactly what I've done. But if you're asking that question, it means you have a blockage around it. It means that you are feeling like you deserve less, or that you are questioning your ability. You're either questioning your ability or your worthiness of attaining that wealth. Which means you need to change something about your thinking. You probably need to do some deep shadow work to figure out why you are unable to accept that influx of money, and why you're not able to accept that flow, because you're not looking for you're not looking for one big drop of money. Like, you don't, money spells, good money spells are usually earth spells, and they're usually things that you tend to. Like the pot of 7 dirts that I can't remember right now, so don't ask me.
Okay. You want me to take it?
Go for it.
Awesome. All right. So here's the problem. First up, Alligator, you have all the things you need. This is the Fat Cat card. You better watch what you wish for, because you also have the Miser here. Now, with the Miser appearing up, you tend to hold on to things and don't want to make investments. This, however, does cause some problematical things. Currently, you're having to learn what your own strengths are and your own weaknesses and take the opportunities as they come. Moving forward, your cup runneth over and you will partner with somebody. That partnership will lead to your success. However, you have to stop this limiting barriers and putting in ideas and things that are not hard facts for you, and start looking at what advantages you do have. So will you obtain material success? The choice is yours. If you'll stop your bullshit and get back into being in that financial flow idea and allowing that creativity to occur, and then let your cup runneth over. Whew.
Still watching the dog in the background scratch himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I do agree that there are some relatively standardized meanings, especially with the major arcana. They're usually pretty clear, and that kind of goes with that whole romantic or Renaissance storytelling style.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever watch, like, I actually got a chance to watch a recreationist group do some Renaissance style plays. At one point, they had done the study. They had tried to, as best they could, recreate them accurately. And one of the things they brought up was that in Renaissance storytelling, they would recycle characters. These are the characters. And also, if you like, because if you watch the movie Baron Munchausen, that's the journey of the fool.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the fool is 0. He is on this journey. So
Right.
it would make sense that the cards themselves would have a fairly standardized meaning because they are cultural references.
Mm-hmm.
But
Then here's
also,
an example of that. You have the Three of Swords. There are 2 meanings to the Three of Swords. Well, 3 technically. The Three of Swords in itself has 3 different meanings. The first meaning is heartache, pain, anguish. The second meaning is pulling it together, sewing up a broken heart, reconnecting it. The third meaning of the Three of Swords is quick change. It is a minor of the Tower.
you know what? Actually, what I read the Three of Swords is ties all those things together. I have always seen the Three of Swords as a card of mourning.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always the Three of Swords through a heart. And, nothing feels quite like taking a dagger to the heart, like losing something. And that may be something that is not necessarily like a death, but a betrayal,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so social media. Tell me what you're changing your TikTok. You're not doing readings anymore, you said?
I will do readings if they ask questions. They're not getting a daily reading anymore. We're going to retire that because no one wants it. If you want it, you're going to have to come back and champion to me for it. I don't. We will continue to post onto the storyline, the astrology effects of the day, the tarot card of the day, that type of guiding energy. But as far as doing the 37 videos a month for just the tarot, no, I'm not just going to do blank. If this is on your page, this is your day to day type readings. I'm going to wait for people to do real questions, and then I'm going to do funny.
You know what? I'm glad to hear that because, like, here's the thing I have learned that I have honestly seen this is part of that blockage that's been removed.
Mm-hmm.
Aeson and Joe definitely have seen this. I hope that my audience has noticed this, but I have cut way back on all of my social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I'm probably going to be putting out maybe 2 or 3 blogs a month when I get them done. I will definitely have at least 2 because I always have the shameless self-promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's community building and I love it. And I'll try to have one for my bigger video, but my bigger videos may not come out regularly. And then that's all that's going to be on that channel because I have tried to push so hard. I was putting so much energy into something that was not actively making me money.
Mm-hmm.
That I was neglecting the things that were actively making me money.
Well, and that's and see, here's the thing, and Joe came in with that perspective too in this business, and then he had to see it in action. I'd go do an event, it wouldn't be a profitable event. I'd go do another event, it wouldn't be a problem. He's like, "Why are you doing events?" And at the time, I'm like, "I love my events, I love going." He's like, "Well, if you want to go and take the day and just jack off, that's great." But
not quite what I said.
It's very much what you said.
You know what? It's fine if that's what you said. It still makes it right. It's still right.
And I'm
like I was more like, if you want to just go to an event and mingle and see people and enjoy the event, go do that. I'm cool with that. But like, I'm sitting here going, that's not what you're doing. Like, you're like stressing and worrying and trying to work an event. And
right,
like,
there's
have
no
you
point in
ever
working
enjoyed one of these?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If people want it that bad, they can pay for it because there's no point in working that hard to lose money. And like my videos, as much as I hate to say them, like they're going to keep coming out because they're a passion of mine. I enjoy making them. I enjoy watching them. I will probably keep doing them until I die. If you want them out more regularly, if you want them fancier, pitch in.
Well, what I'm saying here is, then we were at an event. And that event, I got with someone, and they were talking. And I was talking. It's like, "Yeah, I've got classes, and blah blah blah." And they're like, "Will you come to each classes for a year at my place?" And what would you charge me? This is what I charge. This is the number of students I would have to make it profitable. And he looks at me and goes, "That's why you do events." That's when he finally got why I did events at the time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, like that's when I started seeing the long-term payoff.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. I just needed to be told this is the thing.
Right.
It's that you don't know what event
Mm-hmm.
is going to make the connection that makes more money, that gets you in the right place, in the right room, with the right people for the right,
Yeah, it's community building, especially in some place like here in West Virginia where there's not, I mean, there are some more stable places now, but I can think of 3 pagan shops in my area that have ever existed. One of them is gone. Wildflowers was like a central hub. Now it's the Crystal Lotus and the Barefoot Gypsy. And I know that there's one in Morgantown, and I think there's one now in Parkersburg.
Honey, is that the only 3 you can think of?
Those are the ones, I mean, I've like other places that do sell a little bit, but none of them that have really, really survived.
There was Bed Knobs and Broomsticks there in Charleston on the winery. There was Lady of the Lamp there in it's right outside of Charleston. There was Mountain Mamas. There was Stone Goddess. That's 4. Wildflowers, Barefoot Gypsies, Crystal Lotus, Phoenix, something another popped up for a hot minute.
Easton Phoenix.
I don't know. It's like it popped up for like a hot minute. And then went away. Wizards Emporium, I don't know what they're doing. So that's at least 10 I've seen in the past 10, 12 years. Average is 5 years.
If you would like to see them on Dottie the Psychic Shopping, so on Psychic Shopping, on Dottie the Psychic, my main channel, drop me their information.
Yeah.
Drop them my information.
Yeah.
Have their people call my people.
Right.
Joe Nathan.
Hi.
No, seriously though, that is one of the things I want to do more. Like, I've really decided that my main channel is going to be my big theatrical videos and psychic shopping, and that is it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I might.
So Pooja asked a question about meditation. How do you meditate? This is very easy. People do not like how I teach meditation. I will F it up for everybody in that spiritual community of let me teach you deep meditation. Most people don't need that level of meditation. Find music you like. Find that music that will make you lose track of time. Then either go for a walk or sit down in a comfortable position and clear your mind. Turn on the music and let it play. Whether it is, and believe me, I've meditated to everything. Black Sabbath, War Pigs, to Shaking Hands by Nickelback, to oh God, what is that song you play all the time in there that sounds like Gregorian chant? There we go.
Oh, the Gregorian chants are beautiful. You know what you can also do is just go for a walk and pay attention to things while you walk.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a point to look at the ground, to look at the sky, to look at the plants around you, to take a breath. Start with mindfulness. That's the basis of meditation. Now, if you want to do the crazy fancy meditations like the guided meditations, there's a lot of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
The 4-fold breath, which is like the basic one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good starter.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, listening to audiobooks, but make sure that like you kind of go in with reading.
Right. But what you want is to reach that alpha state. The alpha state is that moment right before you go to sleep or right before you wake up when you're conscious, but you're not thinking of your to-do list.
Now, if you want to meditate with a purpose, if that's what you're talking about, like if you're using it to break gnosis, to change your resonance, that's a different thing.
Oh, this is wanting to meditate by themselves without guided meditation.
Yeah.
Go for a walk. The 4-fold breath. Pay attention to how you're breathing.
Mm-hmm. Or, flip on music you like and just lose yourself.
Honestly, that would open you up. Go to a graveyard and see who talks to you. Then I'm the weirdo. I'm that weirdo.
No, I'm the one that says that meditation is not a specific spiritual practice. It's actually a multitude of putting your mind at ease.
Fair enough.
I don't even like the word meditation anymore because it is one of those things that has gotten so wonky. It can mean so many things. It's good to kind of it's good as a good base word.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, you chilling out to music, allowing your mind to just flow free, and because one of the things, like, what is the purpose of your meditation?
Right.
That's the question. If the purpose of your meditation is just to let shit go,
right,
then that music meditation is the best thing you can do. You're allowing your brain to get into that semi-sleep state
mm-hmm.
and relax without shutting down totally.
Right.
and kind of restarting. That fourfold breath does the same thing. Going for a walk, like the meditation where you just sit, relax yourself, keep your eyes kind of open, but like not trying to force them to be open, and just going through and looking and seeing and smelling every individual thing. Like if I'm sitting here, I'm listening to the peepers. There's a motorcycle. I have an aloe plant, another plant, examining, and that way you are directing your focus. And then when you notice it getting off onto things that you don't want to think about right now, diverting it back to what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. Add-on is to listen to my intuition.
Yep.
So yeah, basically though, and it may not be music, it may not be walks. It find the thing.
Right.
Where your brain just goes a bit numb.
Mm-hmm.
Not numb like I've been working all day and I just can't think anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I get that in the shower where I'm just in between.
Right.
Sometimes I get it while I'm cooking where I'm stirring.
Right.
If you're specifically, then this is one of those, that's something you're specifically looking for. You're specifically looking to improve your intuition, your psychic abilities. There are meditations you can do to improve your psychic abilities. And honest to God, the guided meditations are a lot of fun, but I've always found they have lacked something in that manner, because you're basically following a story, which is great. It's great. But if you want to improve your intuition, then you have to use it.
Right.
And it's not a bad idea to sit down and take that time, get into that same space we've been talking about, and then start writing everything out. Pour your guts onto the page.
Right.
Or try to look into a friend's house and then call them and ask them what they're doing.
Yeah. And starting to listen to your gut reaction there.
Right. How does your body feel?
Right. All right, guys. Yeah, we've reached the end, my dears. My cup is empty, and my baristas have gone for a break. So,
I'll sit here and keep talking as long as you let me.
I know, but I've got appointments tonight, my dear.
And I'm apparently going to go meditate on my blockage.
Yeah. All right. So up out of the gate, we want to thank the people that make this possible. And there are a lot of you guys. So, Joe, you want to take that away?
I certainly will. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Giss, Shannon C, Shannon D, the ever wonderful Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Dottie the Psychic, Tracy Vann, Donna White, and the Laughing Tree Grove. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become one of our Patreon sponsors and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
So, guys, we are going to play our commercials, and then after that, we will go out.
All right. Don't forget to check me out on Dottie the Psychic. That's DOTTIE, thepsychic.com. And I have my own Patreon where you can check out all my stuff, too.
Yep.
Safe travel, much profit to you.
And you can book an appointment or get on-demand services at aesonknight.com for only $3.99 a minute for the on-demand and $35 for the 15 minutes. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Hi, I'm Tracy Vann. I provide a blended reading consisting of mediumship, psychic, and tarot cards. A reading from me can cover any guidance you need from relationships with your partner or your family, spiritual, financial, any questions you may need clarity on. If you would like to book an appointment with me, check out my website, tracyvann.com. That's TracyVann.com. I have bookings from 15 to 60 minutes you may choose from. That helps if you just have a quick question, need an answer, or if you're looking for a reading in more depth, I'm here to provide the guidance and clarity for you. Let's just figure it out. Bye.
Hi, I'm Dottie the Psychic, and I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing any makeup. Well, One reason is to irritate my social media manager, Aeson Knight. Hi, Aeson. The other reason is because I like to get to the naked truth about what it means to be a neurodivergent LGBT person with psychic abilities. I've got vlogs, blogs, and podcasts and videos all related to trying to live my best life and helping witches and bitches do the same thing. So, you can check all that out and get a reading from Dottie the Psychic at DOTTIEthepsychic.com. Safe travel and much profit to you.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here, and I am here to tell you how to get in contact with me and a little bit about what I do. I am the High Priestess that works with shadow work to help you grow and heal. And I work with access bars, Reiki, I do power forms. I'm recently getting into crystal healing, sound therapy as well. So you can go to Lady Gwendolyn Healing, that is LadyGwendolynHealing.com. Book your appointment with me. I do in person, I do over the phone, I do over Zoom. We can do that as well. My main goal is to help you grow and heal, because I've been there, I'm still going through it, and let my strength help guide you. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Aeson Knight. I provide tarot readings covering everything from love and relationships to your life questions and your most spiritual answers. And also, I provide a lot of guidance in finances and divorces and all those relationship problems. So, if you'd like to get a reading from me privately, not on air, you can feel free to do so by visiting aesonknight.com and booking your appointment. I also provide on-demand services, so if your life is a little chaotic, you can go ahead and click that call now button there on my site. It'll connect you to Keen, and if you've not been with Keen before, you'll get 3 free minutes to talk with me, so that's great for a quick answer question. All right, guys.